Another 600 plus episodes.
You know what I got to figure out, though?
What?
Got to figure out how YouTube takes the thumbnail that it uses
I think
for the podcast, because
I think my youngest daughter is about to have a meltdown, so just be prepared for that.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready.
What's
She'll want to hear this too about YouTube and its policies.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's doing. So it selects, like, it gives you like 3 suggestions for the thumbnail, right?
Right.
And recently it's all been my face. It's like, I want it to be one of you guys. How does it keep coming back to me? I don't like it.
Why do we need to get involved in this?
I don't know.
I don't want my face associated with this project. Now, my butt.
Yeah, I was gonna say only his butt.
My butt. I definitely
but it
want.
has to be a picture from a thumbnail from way up.
Way up the butt.
Way up the butt. Yeah.
Well, I can get you pictures of that if you want it.
We'll use that. We'll use that this week. As we become the #1 podcast about
be our
bees. Yeah,
could be our new podcast logo. Get that on shirts.
That's right.
You know,
yeah.
Throw away those pins that you had made, because brother,
I already did. I gave them all away. We don't have any more.
Oh, I know you did. I know you did.
How many more of those? Sorry,
you did.
News you lose.
I snossed and I lost.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Pins.
CJ is talking about how he is a bad friend.
You'll get your pin at some point.
Oh my God! You still haven't sent the pins?
No, of course not.
No, why would you do that?
Do I look like I would have sent the pins?
Well, no.
Do I? No.
CJ, terrible friend. Terrible,
but fantastic lover.
Well,
told.
There we go. I'll take it.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yes, indeed. All right.
Me.
Momo.
Hello and welcome to episode 603 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, May 29th, 2018. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
Welcome, friend.
Thanks. Great to be here.
And we'll probably be hearing some background noise, I assume.
Almost definitely.
This
we had to move everything to be around Phil's schedule.
Well, hey,
I'm so important.
Phil had something he had to do.
Some of us have things to do.
Which orifice are we searching this week, Phil?
The greatest adventure is what lies ahead.
That didn't really answer.
No, that wasn't an answer.
You will see.
It's
that's the excitement of it.
Okay. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald. Hello.
What in the butt?
we covered that last episode. We did that.
like the miles and miles of intestines.
We recovered it all right.
The journey,
so too are the days of our lives. Yeah.
The journey never ceases.
Yeah.
We're
recording this episode a little bit early because I'm hopping one of them plane things to the West Coast. I'm hightailing it to Sin City.
CJ's leaving on a jet plane.
That's right.
Yep. Going to Vegas.
That's right.
I don't know if you've heard, CJ.
What's that?
Scoop Fest is not until October, brother.
Yeah, you got a long way.
Are you sure?
It's a long line to be there.
This is going to cost you a lot in hotel.
Well, hopefully I can win in blackjack enough to keep myself. You put all your money in slot machines, right? That's how you stay there.
Let me give you a Vegas gambling tip. You take all your money. Life saving. Take all your money. Split it right in half.
401k.
Split it down the middle. Go over to the roulette table. You put half on red. You put half on black. Guaranteed to win.
Perfect.
Guaranteed winner. One of those has to win. One of those has to win.
That's true.
Yep. Repeat until you have all the money in the casino. And then you move on to the next casino.
Is this one of those
CJ? Just remember, you always double down on 11.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll remember that. Was that one of those tips from by the time you're 35, you should have won all your money?
Yes.
At a casino. Yeah. Those are terrible. I
really
try not to
dark
read them
here
when I see them posted. It is dark in there.
There we go.
Gosh, close some shades. We need to see your face, your bright smiling face. Just like that. All right, should we talk about some news?
Okay,
sure.
All righty. Well, Nintendo. We love to talk about Nintendo. They are selling a cheaper, dock-free version of the Switch in Japan through their online store. Now, this Switch is supposed to be like a second unit for a household, so it does not come with a dock or a power
cable.
Who in
the world would spend money on a second Switch for a household?
It doesn't come with an HDMI cable.
What kind of sucker?
I've been that sucker.
Oh, okay.
Like the man was saying.
But it'll cost you around with the exchange rate, it's about $230.
Is that good?
What's a Switch by itself? Or
$299.
Okay.
If you buy the official dock and AC adapter, which I think the AC adapter is $30, and an HDMI cable, you'll probably get right around $299. So it's not like you're going to save any money.
Right.
Going this route.
Is this Nintendo admitting that it is really a portable system first?
No, this is selling to the people who want to get a second Switch for their household but don't need another dock or AC adapter or HDMI cable.
So it's a portable console.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't think
it's a portable console that does not come with a way to charge it at all.
Yeah, like the new versions of the 3DS.
Let's admit it's an Android tablet in a party dress. Let's just get it out of the way.
Oh man.
But with Joy-Cons that you slide on the side.
Nintendo Nomad for life.
There you go.
So if Nintendo were to offer one of these things in the US,
no, of course we wouldn't.
CJ would buy a third one.
With America, what would your opinion be? Would you be interested in buying another Switch for another person in your family without a dock?
No.
Why?
Why are you asking? Why are you asking us this question?
I should wait until next week to ask this question.
Why is that? What happens next week?
Oh, nothing.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry about it.
What? Right.
Don't you
I
worry
forgot
about
I won't be on the show next week. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Someone will agree with me.
Yeah, of course. God. Of course someone will agree with you. It won't be either of us.
That's right.
But
be somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good idea. I think if they do want to get to that point where they're selling multiple Switches per household, which they have said in their investor meetings that they are looking to do,
because a lot of people had multiple 3DSs.
Glance. Our boss is not White Tiger. Yeah, huh?
There it is.
Then I have like 2 or 3 3DSs on my desk right now in front of me. Check this out. You want to see the 3DSs?
Not really.
There they are.
There they are.
Look at them. Look upon them.
There they are. Any of those a 2DS?
Yeah, I got a 2DS XL right here.
Oh, okay. So you have many members.
I had this when we went to Scoop Fest last year. I
didn't ask you why back then. I'm asking you now.
Because it's awesome. Because it's totally cool. And
yeah, he didn't ask you. He didn't ask you when. He asked why.
I said because it's cool.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you the reason why I'm not I won't buy a second Switch for this household, which ostensibly means I'm buying a second Switch for my kids.
Yeah, well, yeah,
one of my kids are all because I can buy them a tablet and they get just as much joy out of that. And I mean, an Android tablet you can get cheaper.
Yeah, but quality is probably not going to be so great on that.
Why do they care?
You need the highest fidelity Roblox.
Why do they care? That's just it. See, they don't care. This is
You're right.
The conversation that we've had so many times, and this has always been my point, and we've talked about this before, is that for the most part, it seems like kids of that generation don't really give a shit. they're just as happy to sit there on tablets and play Minecraft or watch Twitch with other people playing Minecraft or Fortnite or whatever. Like, it's just that's all. That's the only reason. Like, I'm serious. In all honesty, though, like if I was going to spend that kind of money to buy a portable electronic device of some kind as something that just my kids were going to play, I probably wouldn't spend the money on the Switch.
You would probably go Kindle or other Android tablet.
Something that's going to give them, because they're just, and it's also because of, I guess, who they are, where they're not just like hardcore gamers. You know, they'll get so much more out of something that they can read comic books on, and they can watch Netflix on, and they can watch YouTube on, and
you have an iPad and you have a Switch.
I have not used my iPad in ages. Oh. I have an iPad 2. That's how old my iPad is.
Okay.
And I bought it like when they were being phased out. So
I have an iPad and a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? I'd love to be able to do everything I can do on my iPad on my Switch.
Actually, what I have is I have a Switch and I have a Comixology machine. Which is all I use my my iPad for. So
I'm getting at is it's not an insignificant amount of money. And
I think the fact that Nintendo released this on their web store in Japan is an indicator
I think it's smart
who they expect to purchase this. And I think it would be really interesting if they did the same in the US or the North American market and offered it via their website. They offer other things via their website. Why not?
It makes absolute sense. Yeah, I agree with that. But just to answer your question, no.
But you personally are
like the thing I was waiting to happen so that I could make the decision to go buy another Switch. That's all.
Okay, gotcha.
It was like $100 or something. I consider it.
Well,
but why would it be? And I'm not saying that Nintendo should drop the price to $100. I'm just saying that we haven't hit that. Ooh, I need another one price point here.
No, that's right. I mean, I didn't buy a Sega Nomad until it hit $79.99.
There you go.
There it is. Yep.
I waited for that special moment, and it finally did, and I bought one.
And then you're like, wow, everything on the PlayStation 1 will be perfect for the Nomad.
I've barely used my Nomad, but it takes like 8 batteries or something like that. So
6 batteries.
Okay, 6.
Yeah, get it right.
Come on, man.
6 batteries.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Oh yeah. All right, hey Phil.
What?
Did you hear about this? The new Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, what the hell?
Coming out this fall.
I did not hear about this.
That's right. It's called Wet Dreams Don't Dry.
Okay.
And it was listed on Steam for a short time, and some people picked it up, and the company who was publishing it confirmed that they're doing it. And there are scant details and like a screen or two. But yeah, a new Leisure Suit Larry game coming to Steam anyway.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this.
Ask me.
Is Al Lowe involved in this game?
There aren't enough details on it.
Because the last 2 Leisure Suit Larry game. Well,
not including the Kickstarter.
Not including the Kickstarter, which Al Lowe was involved with, but the last 2 commercially released Leisure Suit Larry games were garbage.
Okay.
Pure hot buttered garbage. Those did not involve Al Lowe. And they were terrible. Terrible.
Okay.
So hearing there's a new one, and without anyone saying up front, yes, Al Lowe is involved in this one, I can't say I care. I will care the moment they say Al Lowe is involved.
Yeah, as far as I can see, they're not saying that. It's by a company called Assemble Entertainment.
Okay.
But they're publishing it. I don't know who's actually making it.
It's pronounced Assemble.
Probably is.
Assemble.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Entertainment.
You know what? I noticed this week that all of the previous Leisure Suit Larry games, the good ones, the Al Lowe ones, are available on Steam. I had no idea that those were available on Steam. I think
Assemble owns the rights to them.
Oh, really? So they they probably put them up recently, maybe. But whatever the case is, I bought all the old Leisure Suit Larry games.
Yeah,
this past week.
they do. They own the rights to all of them because I just happened to look up Assemble Entertainment on Steam, and all of the Larry games are on there.
Oh, okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, Pizza Connection.
I don't know what
Great
that is.
Art Race.
Right.
Han. Epic Car Factory.
Oh.
Seville. I don't know what any of these are.
No, I don't either. They all sound like crappy iPhone games.
Yeah, they do.
Apparently, I'm looking at the Steam store here. Looks like all the Larry games went up on December 18th, 2017. So they've been up for a couple months now, but there did not seem to be any sort of big brouhaha or announcement that they were coming. But get it?
And they're saying, and when you look at the copyright, at the copyright for the Larry releases, they're copyrighted the Codemasters Software Company Limited.
Really?
So it looks like they might be attached to Codemasters.
Huh. I don't know. But yeah. So call me when they announce Allo is involved in the game. Otherwise, big stinky fart.
All right. Well, what isn't a wet stinky fart? Epic Games is putting up $100 million in Fortnite prize money. Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
That'll be for various tournaments coming up. 100 million. So that's a lot. That's a lot of moolah. But the game itself, Fortnite, has apparently made 300 million just in the month of April.
Good Lord.
Yeah. A lot.
It's a lot of dang money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fortnite still huge.
I guess so.
That
this
train
week
is
in
not
news,
slowing
Fortnite
down.
still huge.
Not slowing down. All right, let's talk about Battlefield 5, shall we?
Must we?
I hear there's women involved.
I know you're very excited to hear. Yeah, they had a reveal event this past week. I really have no interest in Battlefield, so I didn't watch it. But I did watch the trailer. It looked like a video game trailer to me, and there were female characters in there, or at least one prominently in the trailer, and apparently that made some fans very upset because they think that women did not fight in World War II.
Oh, so Battlefield 5 is based in World War II?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. So, they're very upset.
Yeah.
Let
them be.
Yeah. Well, to their credit, DICE came out. The studio director, I believe. What did he say? DICE general manager Oscar Gabrielson addressed the follow-up by saying, "First, let me be clear about one thing: player choice and female playable characters are here to stay. We want Battlefield 5 to represent all those who were a part of the greatest drama in human history, and give players choice to choose."
First of all, the greatest drama in human history was the first 10-15 minutes of last week's show.
Well, that's true.
I don't know.
That is true.
Yeah.
We want to give players choice to choose and customize the characters they play with.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good.
I think that's great.
Well, good.
Yeah. He said the Battlefield sandbox has always been about playing any way you want. And he points out that the game offers fantastical experiences that are neither realistic nor historically accurate, like attempting to fit 3 players on a galloping horse with flamethrowers.
Do the players have the flamethrowers, or does the horse have the flamethrower? Because that sentence is somewhat ambiguous.
The players do.
Okay.
Then there's a GIF of that. Yeah.
Yes.
We're seeing that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna say I never thought that the Battlefield games were meant to be some kind of history lesson. I mean, I'm sure we can debate that all we want, but I know that there's some obviously it's based in history, you know. I mean, and I know that one of the cool things like about Battlefield, whatever it was called, was it just one or whatever, the World War One version that came out a while ago. One of the cool things is that, you know, I think all the weapons were based on actual World War One weaponry. I think. I don't really know because I didn't pay close enough attention to it. I just remember seeing that the cover image where somebody was holding like a truncheon or something. It was like a club, and thinking, wow, that doesn't look realistic. Only to find out that no, actually, that was a thing that that soldiers used in World War One. It's like, wow, that's cool. I didn't realize that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not. Are we really looking to the Battlefield games to be completely historically accurate? Because I feel like if you really want to go down that route, you could probably pick them all apart pretty easily.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm just, you know, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was sort of the thing with Battlefield. So maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't know. I'm not going to be playing it either way. But fair it's enough. Cool. It's I mean, the trailer looked cool. The trailer was like nonstop action. It was very video game trailery. Anyway, there's a rumor that Sony could be considering a PlayStation Classic, a micro console.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, really.
I know exactly why wouldn't they. And the quote is like very non-committal. Like, yeah, we have labs working on all kinds of things. Maybe even one of those.
We have top men working on it.
Even one of those retro micro consoles. So, yeah, maybe that'll be a thing. I'd buy that. Maybe.
Only one of the most successful consoles in history. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, really.
Now, which would you want a micro console of more? PS1 or PS2?
I mean, PS2.
Yeah.
It's a better system.
Right.
I think, though, the real thing, which is I also think the thing that Nintendo will run into if and when the N64 Classic hits, is that we're really going to see that 3D games don't age very well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, like, for sure.
You know, a PS1 Classic would be great, but yeah,
Shinden don't look as impressive as it used to.
Yeah.
It's not what you remembered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like going back and watching movies from the mid to late 90s that had a lot of CG, and it's just like, oh.
Unless it was Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park oddly aged very well.
Really well.
Yeah, but that's like the only one.
Yeah.
Even the Lord of the Rings movies, which came out in the 2000s, right? Those have slightly sketchy CG. Yeah. It depends if you're watching nice high def transfer.
Turns out wizards aren't even real.
Oh, are you talking about like 4K issues?
Yeah.
Would that have to do with the resolution that things were rendered in and all that?
Yeah.
I've heard that before too. That
where the effects were not rendered in 4K. So
right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like that. I feel like that has less to do with it aging well and more to do with maybe you shouldn't have remastered it in 4K when it wasn't made to be in 4K.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe.
But whatever.
Alrighty. I think it's time for what you've been playing.
Wow.
We're just steamrolling through this show.
I guess so.
Yes, CJ just wants to get this done.
That's right.
It's like, I got to pack, bitch.
Exactly. I'm already on vacation in my mind. All right. Greg, how about we start with you?
Nothing new. I got to see the Kraken on Sea of Thieves.
Heck yeah, you did.
Pretty exciting.
I posted a video of our game on our YouTube channel so that everybody can see.
I saw that. The first episode was the first episode of Siege of Thieves.
That's right, episode 1.
Wow.
We got Thieves. We started off the night. You were talking about the Kraken. Like, I just want to see the Kraken.
I haven't seen the Kraken.
Like 10 or 15 minutes later,
we saw the Kraken.
And
we beat it.
And we did. Yeah, we escaped it, which is great.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was the only one on the ship that had seen the Kraken before, so that was great.
It was murky and dark and scary, and it was awesome. I'm glad I saw the Kraken. That was a good. There was some good times. We had an impromptu dance party on the bow of the ship, and It was great. Yep.
Mike
What a
fell
bunch of
off the
idiots.
ship.
Mike fell off the ship. CJ's best friend Mike fell off the ship.
You tried to steal the boat?
I did not try to steal the boat.
Why would you try to steal the boat?
I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't. I was just going for a sail around the island. That's all I was doing.
And you probably would have crashed it into some rocks and sank.
I wouldn't have. Mike crashed in it multiple times, not me.
I didn't
crash. I didn't crash nothing.
Very rude.
Yeah. Mike Sandbar White crashed it more than I did.
Yeah. It was a good night of pirating, though. We did some good stuff.
Yeah, until you guys wouldn't let me take the boat for a sail.
Well, there was that. Yeah, that was early.
What have I ever done to you to make you not trust me with the boat?
There must have been something. I don't think
so.
Think of something off the top of my head like this, but yeah.
See, you don't know.
But that was a fun time.
Yeah, we still have to do a Skull Fort though.
Next time, if one had popped up while we were sailing, we would have done it.
I don't know if I believe you.
Ever
since you wouldn't let me drive the boat, I'm not sure I believe anything you say.
They only pop up once every 3 hours or so.
So there's supposed to be an update this week then?
Yeah, it's called The Hungering Deep. That content comes out on the 29th. And
know about it.
The rumor is that it's just going to be a giant shark. And they're introducing some items to the game to help you deal with that. They haven't really said what you do, but you have to summon whatever it is from the depths. So one of the items that they're introducing is a horn that you can speak into and talk to crews that are like a cannonball's distance away from you.
So we're figuring out a way to do raids here.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. And there will be a drum and all sorts of like shark related accessories for your boat, and they're going to have tattoos and all sorts of like cool customizations coming with this update. So, and then after the update is sort of done, after the official event is done, that stuff will still be in the game. So it'll be like the Kraken. You can still interact with whatever they're introducing into the game.
And sharks swarm you in that game. I noticed there's a lot of sharks when you're in the water.
Well, that was part of the lead up to the Hungering Deep.
Okay.
So last week's patch, they made
millions of sharks
spawn a whole lot, and they also added an NPC on Sharkbait Cove, which is one of the islands in the south that has like a backstory to what's going to happen in this week's update. So,
okay,
I really like the way that they're structuring this whole thing and like putting the lore out there in the game itself and not really revealing a lot about what is really going to happen in the game. They're going to let people discover that for themselves. So this is great. I'm excited, and I'm going on vacation for the whole week. So
you're in Vegas.
I'll wait till next weekend to play it. So,
anyways, good time. What else did I play? I'm still playing Mega Man Wily Wars. Still playing that. That game is, although I got to the second to last boss. But yeah, the boss robot marathon at the end kind of did me in. Although I think I did have it down to the point where I was getting through pretty much all those bosses, all 8 bosses with no problem by the end of the night, but just could not beat Dr. Wily. So going to try again this week. See what happens. Twitch TV/Seward. Come watch. Tuesday nights. Watch me cry. Mega Man on the Genesis is hard, man.
Yeah?
Is it because of the controller?
Reasons. No, the controller's great. You shut your filthy mouth.
Right. Well, if you're using
it's because of the terrible audio. That's why.
Oh, okay.
No, just kidding. So I was playing that, and then I also moved on to, I finished the Lego Batman, which we talked about last week for Lego Dimensions, and I moved on to the Lego Dimensions Ghostbusters mission pack.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2016.
Right.
I could see what people are saying. Batman was better. Batman, this isn't bad, but it's very plotting, and between levels, they make you go out into the little Ghostbusters hub world. Like you finish the opening building, which is the opening of the movie. You finish that, and then it's like, okay, we'll go do this thing while you go find us a new base of operations. So of course you got to find the Chinese restaurant, but it requires you to traipse around this hub world following an NPC until you get to the Chinese restaurant, like in this like linear fashion. You have to go to 3 other places first, and then you get to start the next level. It's just like, which I also wanted to bring up too in general, because Phil, I don't know if you've played these too much, but so in these extra mission packs, and these are the ones that actually, they're longer. They actually, you have another build you can do for the base and everything like that.
Right.
When you stop, so they're sort of self-contained games within Lego Dimensions. And if you stop playing partway through one of them and then you come back, you can't just use the regular level select to get back into that pack at all. No, and it's not made clear anywhere. It's really disappointing, actually, for a game that I found generally a pleasure to play. Like when I was playing Batman, I got in and it's like, okay, how do I get back to where I was in the Lego Batman movie pack? If you jump into the portal, it takes you to basically the last place you were at in the main Lego Dimension storyline.
Oh,
okay, that doesn't work. So then maybe there's a level select you can use right in that screen. Can't find that. You can find the Lego story pack or the Lego Batman story pack in there, but you can't choose a level. So if you choose it that way, you start the whole thing over. What you have to do is you have to go out to I forget what it's called, but it's where all the portals for the world specific levels are. You have to take the elevator up there. Then you have to walk over to a catapult that wasn't there before you started getting these level packs. So I didn't even know it existed.
Right.
And then it flings you way off into the distance. And now here you are in another, it's sort of the latest group of worlds, like the Powerpuff Girls and so then you have to go into one of those portals, which takes you to the that property specific sort of sandbox area. And you have to wander around there to find the highlighted mission that you have to do. So you have to usually complete like a puzzle or something, and then you get to go and continue the story. It's bizarre. It doesn't make any sense, and it's really convoluted. So that's kind of irritating. But basically, like I learned that with Batman because Batman was very linear. But in the Ghostbusters 2016 pack, they kind of integrate that sandbox into the gameplay. I'm not really crazy about it. It really ruins the flow of the game. So yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
But the base looks good. The base is nice.
Yeah.
So like the Chinese restaurant facade. It's pretty cool.
Right.
And what else was I playing this week? Oh, somebody on the channel requested that I play King's Quest 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Little VGA Sierra adventure game, Roberta Williams.
I'm trying to remember the subtitle for that one. That's not the Princeless Bride. Oh, is that Air Today, Gone Tomorrow? Yeah. Okay.
Not to be confused with To Err is Human.
Yes.
Yeah, so these are the Roberta Williams games. You might remember Roberta Williams from the cover of Soft Porn.
I do. Oh, believe me, I do.
I hope Shane Bettenhausen is somewhere listening and grinding his teeth. Did I ever tell you about that?
Well,
about Shane and how angry he would get about the whole soft porn thing?
Oh yeah, well because he's in love with Roberta Williams.
Yeah. So for our listeners, what?
I can't blame him.
Well, no,
because she's wonderful.
Of course, she's wonderful.
She is wonderful.
Yeah. So for our listeners, Roberta Williams, wife of Ken Williams, kind of the reason why Sierra Online exists, really. Or existed, because Ken was actually looking to create enterprise software when they created what was Online Systems and became Sierra Online. And during that whole process, he ended up buying, I think it was an Apple IIe. And they had, what was it? It was a text adventure, The Cave or something like that.
I don't remember.
That they played together. And then my understanding is Roberta wanted to create more games. And so it was kind of her idea. She wrote one of their first games, which was Mystery House. And I think she drew the graphics and Ken programmed it. And that was sort of the beginning of Sierra Online. But of course, Roberta Williams, the mother of the King's Quest series, as well. But one of the very early text adventures that Sierra Online released was a text adventure called Soft Porn, which, by the way, if you play it, is Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah.
It's what Leisure Suit Larry was based on. And the cover is 4 naked women in a hot tub with a butler standing there as well. And one of the women is Roberta Williams.
Yes, it is.
And Shane Bettenhausen, the man god, as people used to call him, crazy in love with Roberta Williams, did not know about this. So when I told him when we were roommates, I told him about it, and he got very upset. He wouldn't believe it at first. And then once he believed it and he looked and saw it, I would not let him forget about it. So Shane, that was for you.
Wow.
That was for you.
Man.
But yeah, boy, I played King's Quest 6 for an hour and a half, and man, it's easy to get lost in Sierra games.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful Super VGA graphics. It was a good time. To the point that I'm... Sorry.
How often did you die?
Only once. No, twice. And once
3 times a lady.
And the first time I did it on purpose.
Oh, really?
It was clearly, there's one point where you go to a dock and there's this kid that jumps into the water and is like telling you really need to come for a swim. You should swim. You really should come for a swim. And he's laughing evilly and all that. So it's like, well, clearly I don't want to go for a swim.
Right.
But I did it anyway just because I wanted to see what the death animation would be. And then right at the end, when I got access to this game takes place over a bunch of islands. I forget what they're called, but
Monkey Islands.
Yeah, the Monkey Islands. And when you go to a certain island and you don't have the right items, you literally, and very Sierra-like, you get there, you're not supposed to be there yet. These 5 trolls come out and kill you. Yeah. You can't do anything about it. They just kill you.
Save early, save often when playing a Sierra game.
The good old days.
Yeah.
So, but it really made me pine for the old point and click adventure games again.
Nice.
I got the itch.
Yeah.
So, and I've got no talcum powder. So I don't know. I'm thinking about doing another night of Twitch streaming every week and playing some adventure games. Cause I'll tell you, one of the things that I really enjoyed is I didn't have an FAQ with me, but I have a good little community growing around the Twitch channel. And they were kind of telling me, giving me suggestions on what to do.
Oh,
it's kind of fun. I enjoyed it.
On Steam right now, there's a Double Fine is having a sale.
Really?
Right now, so you could pick up Grim Fandango Remastered and Full Throttle and Day of the Tentacle.
Right on.
Yeah, those all those are on sale.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking I might, would take a bit of a run at the Sierra games and the LucasArts games, because I don't have a lot of experience with LucasArts games. And to be honest, everybody knows the Quest games for Sierra, but there were a lot of other ones that like the Manhunter series as well, and Gold Rush, which I always loved when I was a kid.
Never played Gold Rush.
Gold Rush was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Manhunter games were really cool though.
They were really good. Yeah.
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 It was San Francisco and New York,
I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. I think New York was first.
Okay.
Anyway, so sort of thinking about that. I might do that in the near future. We'll see.
Cool.
And that's what I've been playing.
Cool. Well, Phil,
nice. Yeah.
What do you have for us?
I've been playing some more Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on the Switch. Still a great game. I'm having fun with that. Playing through the story. I'm bouncing back and forth between story mode and the adventure mode.
Have you figured out how the adventure mode works yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You just, like I said, you were presented with a map. Yeah. And the maps are rendered in an 8-bit style. The first adventure
there are
mode
a lot of maps in this definitive.
Oh yeah, I think there's 10 maybe.
Yeah, 10.
And they're all based on different games. So like the first map is based on the original Legend of Zelda game, and then there's one based on like Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess and Link Between Worlds, but they're all done in NES style graphics. And then you move around from grid to grid on the map, and each grid has a goal for you to accomplish.
And you either do or do not get this special item if you meet the conditions, and that's how you progress.
And you find that's where you unlock new characters to play as. Because some of the grids will have a little question mark, which denotes that oh, there's a secret character hidden here, and so you can use an item card to find where the secret character is hidden, and then if you clear that mission, you earn the secret character. So I just got Skull Kid. I unlocked Skull Kid, and I'm on my way to. I'm working my way across the map to get to Tingle, because I want to unlock Tingle.
Because who wouldn't?
Because why wouldn't you want to unlock
exactly?
Tingle?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of fun. I'm really digging that game. But I love the Musu stuff. So
oh yeah,
so
that's a fantastic game.
It is.
Even if you don't like Musu.
Well, there you go. The point. Even if you don't think you like Musu,
okay,
that's the thing. This is the first hit is free, friends.
I hate Musu.
Well, maybe you need to try some.
I thought you said you liked the Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, I did for about an hour.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't played it since.
There you go. Okay. I picked up, should be no surprise, I picked up Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 for the Switch.
Physical copy?
I got the
Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 is the physical copy.
It's half physical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the game card just has the Legacy Collection 1, which is the first 6.
That's some bullshit right there.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, you got to download the second one, which is a bummer. But I did, and again, glad I upgraded to my quality of life upgrade to fit all those space intensive extra games.
All those, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, my goodness, yeah. So there's that. I downloaded the demo. Nintendo put up a couple demos this week on the Switch.
Oh,
yes. Well, you have the Mario Tennis Aces.
Oh,
there's well, it's not really a demo. It's like an online tournament.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Kind of like the
it's
first
next weekend.
Is it next weekend? Okay,
it's next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the test punch for arms and the Splatoon had a test fire. That's right. So yeah, they're doing the same with Tennis Aces. So I'm looking forward to that. But they also put up a demo for their new puzzle game, Sushi Striker or Sushi Striker.
Sushi Strikers.
Sushi. No, it's just Striker. It's a singular striker. Sushi Striker, the way of Sushido.
Sushido,
yes,
right?
Which is their little puzzle game. I was playing a little bit of that earlier today.
Yeah,
and it's a color matching game, and it's combat based. Like you're going up against an opponent each time, and the way it works is the screen is positioned kind of like a tennis game where you're in the foreground and your opponent is in the background, and you have a couple belts, like conveyor belts of sushi traveling past you in various directions, and as the plates pass by you, you have to draw your finger on the screen to sort of trace like colored plates.
Yep.
And that at which point you consume the sushi and the plates get stacked up on your side, and then once you get a bunch of plates stacked up, you can start flinging them at the enemy to knock out their health bar.
Or you can do it with the Joy-Cons, the control pad. You don't have
that's true. That's true.
Touchscreen.
But I didn't try it with the Joy-Cons, but I can't imagine that being as responsive.
I did try it with the Joy-Cons.
And?
Not.
Well, that's just it. Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just that it hasn't clicked with me. That could be all.
No, it's the game is clearly designed for a touchscreen. I mean, it's also it's coming out on 3DS. Yeah, as well. So, but yeah, it's a cute little game. It's fun.
It is.
I may pick it up. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the little cutscenes. My daughter really enjoyed watching the cutscenes.
Oh yeah, it's got ample.
I have to download that demo.
Not enough to actually want to try any sushi, because I'm sure if she did that, she would turn up her nose.
My oldest is dying to try sushi.
Oh really?
Lately, it's just become a thing for her.
Oh wow.
Well, this game really piles it on about how amazing sushi is.
Yeah.
And my daughter was watching the cutscenes. I was like, this is going to be great when we go out for sushi with my daughter. And she remembers the game, and then like takes one look or one sniff of a roll or something, and freaks out. Yeah.
it's going to be even more entertaining when she picks up the plate the sushi was on and flings it across the restaurant at someone at another table.
Yeah. She will have learned it from video games.
That's right. And then the government can come down hard.
That's right.
On Nintendo. Yeah. Oh, you know what else I got this week?
What's that?
Well, I was very bummed out. You're familiar with this the Bloodstains?
You seen I've heard of that.
Yeah. So the Bloodstained is of course the Kickstarter from Iga. It's the new Castlevania.
It's not called the Bloodstained. It's just Bloodstained.
No, it's just Phil being cute. Keep going.
Yeah.
I can't help that, Greg, and you know it. I can't help being cute. But yeah, it's another Metroid Castlevania style Symphony of the Night type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're still working on the main console game. But Inta Creates, the makers of Mega Man 9 and 10 and
Blaster Master Zero.
And Blaster Master Zero. Mighty Number 9.
I didn't like those last two, but keep going.
You didn't like Blaster Master Zero?
Great.
Not at all.
Really?
Oh, I loved it.
Weird.
I've tried that. That was the one that came out on Switch, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I tried the demo and just really didn't like it.
That's weird.
Man.
Yeah.
I love it.
You like Mega Man.
Oh, I loved Blaster Master, but
right. But you like Mega Man 9 and 10, right?
Oh yeah. Great.
Yeah. So they did an 8-bit styled spin-off of Bloodstained called Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's all backers of the
you had to back at a certain level, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. So
but not much. I think it was like $26 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I backed it I believe $60 in order to get the physical version of the game. But yeah, anyone who backed it like a level or certain level or above gets this game for free. Unfortunately, well, a couple weeks ago they sent out the surveys saying what system do you want your Curse of the Moon game on?
Do you get it for Vita? Or Wii U? Is it Wii U?
Oh man, no, I have to get mine for Switch.
Okay.
I have it for the Switch version, but a couple days ago, got an email from the Kickstarter saying, "Hey, console fans, whether it's Switch or PS4 or Xbox One or Vita or 3DS or whatever, we don't have your codes for the free. The game comes out this week. We don't have any codes, and it's apparently the console manufacturer's faults for not getting them the codes soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
So it's might be a couple weeks before you get your codes. Sorry.
Bad.
If you opted for the game on Steam, here's your code. Congratulations. But as a way to compensate for the unavailability at current time of the console codes, they gave everyone a key for the Switch version that is like a limited time code. So it's you get the full game, but as of June 8th, I believe, your copy of the game will disappear. It'll
blow up.
Yeah, it melts your computer's motherboard to ash.
So the actual game will expire, or the code itself you won't be able to redeem it after
the game will expire.
Really? Okay.
Now you'll have the code for your actual system of choice.
Yes. So they sent me a code. Did you guys not back this?
I did, and actually I have a different tale of woe. But continue.
You got the Vita version, didn't you?
No.
No. So I got my Steam trial version, for lack of a better term. I mean, like I said, it's the full game. It just is going to stop working come the 8th, and supposedly by then they're going to have the console codes.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing a little bit of Curse of the Moon, and wow, it's great. It's really good. I mean, if you were a fan of 8-bit Castlevania games, and why wouldn't you be? Because they were fantastic. It is top notch. I mean, it really has that feel of Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, just clearly the best of the NES games. And it looks
great music too.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it looks authentically 8-bit, plays beautifully. I mean, it's so very much just a blatant ripoff of Castlevania. To the point where even like the first level, you're kind of going through like a castle-y area, and it's got sort of the same layout almost as the original Castlevania. It's like I'm walking and I'm just like, I feel like there's going to be a staircase right here that kind of leads up to a top level, and sure enough, there was a staircase right there that had secrets.
Probably a hidden block that will reveal a large slab of meat.
I did find some power-ups hidden in the walls, kind of where I expected them to be. So yeah, it's very much a pastiche of,
now, Phil.
Yes,
I got a question for you. So
yeah, riddle me.
Riddle me this, Phil.
Yes.
You know, I enjoyed the Castlevania games.
That's what you should.
Back in the day.
Yeah,
but,
they're great games.
Now that I'm an old man, my skills have somewhat atrophied, I would say.
Translation: CJ sucks at video games.
Well,
yep. Continue.
That's okay.
I mean,
CJ
we did win that Kraken fight.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the failure cost like? And what's the save points? What are the save points like in this game?
It's like an old Castlevania game.
So I have to complete the stage.
Translation: it's tough.
It's tough.
There are some checkpoints. Don't get me wrong. There are some checkpoints. But you are in a lives system, and if you run out of lives, as I did, you go back to the beginning of the level. So it's
just the beginning of the level, not the beginning of the game or anything like that, right?
No. It's the beginning of the level.
Okay.
So
how long are the levels?
Typical 8-bit Castlevania style. So long-ish, but not outstaying their welcome. Yeah, maybe 10ish minutes. 10ish. Yeah. So I was watching. My son comes in because I'm playing it on my PC, and he wanders in and he's like, "Ooh, what's this game?" And I'm oh, it's Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon. He's like, "Ooh, why is it called Bloodstained? What does that mean?" I'm just like, "Well, if something's covered in blood, it's." I was like, "You remember that?"
Show him a couple Tide commercials.
I was like, "You remember that hobo we encountered last weekend when we were walking through the mean streets of Seattle? There was a crazy blood-covered hobo that we stumbled across.
Okay,
it was terrifying. It's not true. Not true.
I stopped listening a while ago.
And then he's like, "Yeah." So I'm trying to explain the title to him as I'm going through this game, and at first he's like, "This seems pretty easy." Because he's watching the very beginning stages where I'm doing pretty well, just breaking open candles and fighting zombies and stuff, and then like halfway through the first level, it starts getting tricky, and I start dying, and he's just like, "Oh, this isn't easy anymore," and I'm like, "No, it is not, my friend." So, it's a challenge, CJ, but it's still worth playing.
See,
it's only $10 too.
It's $10, so it's very tempting. But I watched the trailer. My daughter watched it as well, and she was like, "Daddy, I don't want this one."
Oh, why not?
She's not an old school gamer.
Oh man,
I've tried introducing her to the NES Classic, and she just she's not into it. She wants to go back to the Roblox. I know. Yeah, she wants to play Bird Simulator on Roblox.
Finn, I've noticed,
hot garbage.
Does not care about graphics. He is equally comfortable.
All about the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was talking like last week or the week before, where he's been super into Shantae, Half Genie Hero, which it's a side-scrolling platformer game with beautiful, stunning hand-drawn HD sprites. I mean, it's a fantastic looking game. So he's like, "Okay, yeah, let's play this," and then I'll throw in Curse of the Moon, which looks like an 8-bit video game with all those palette restrictions and everything. And he's, doesn't even mention like, "Oh, this doesn't look that good." He's just like, "Yeah, this is a cool looking game." So,
all right. So I should pick it up.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean,
I do
if you like
Castlevania,
if you like Castlevania, if you like games that are fun,
yes,
then
both
here
of
you
those
go.
things.
You should totally. And again, it's $10.
$10. Okay, I'm in.
Capped.
Oh,
Capped
God.
at $10. So, but yeah, so you did that. You did not do the Kickstarter, huh, CJ?
I did not know.
Shame on you. Greg, what's your tale of woe with this game?
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the email address that I had originally signed up to Kickstarter with, I no longer have access to.
Oh dear.
Just because it was linked to it was linked to my in-laws' old account.
Oh,
and
geez.
It just sort of never changed. But then they changed providers, and so the email's gone.
Ugh.
So I had to update a lot of emails.
Right.
I did not update.
How's your privacy policy, though?
Oh, God. I did not update my Kickstarter email. So it happened to have happened right when all the Curse of the Moon stuff was happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've updated my address for Kickstarter. And then, going to the different projects and one of this, you need to have done this. You need to be able to get to your survey page to get your code.
Right.
So it says, if that doesn't work, then you need to contact, I forget what the name of the company is.
Like backer
Fan
kit?
Gamer. You need to contact Fan Gamer.
Oh yeah, Fan Gamers do.
Right. The problem is that if you contact Fan Gamer and say you need to resend it to this email address because my email address has changed, the message you get is that's not the email address you signed up with.
Oh boy.
Looking in database, we did not find any surveys matching this email.
Yeah.
Perhaps you've used a different email address. Well, yes, I did, and that's what I've been telling you. But the thing is updating it on Kickstarter doesn't update it for Fan Gamer.
Right.
So I'm kind of in limbo here.
That's not great.
Yeah.
So are you not going to get your full version?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I've sent them an email. I mean, it is the weekend, so you know, I'm not too irritated that they haven't gotten back to me yet, but I'm hoping in the next week that I will. I'd like to play it. I saw a few people at work playing it. Looks like fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ugh, well, good luck.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Stop laughing at me, Johnston.
Ow.
That wasn't a laugh. That was a
cold.
You're a cold-hearted snake.
Was not
his
laughing.
eyes.
That was a closed mouth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's all that was. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that.
That is unfortunate.
But that's all I've been playing.
Alrighty.
We already know you've been playing Sea of Thieves.
I have. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Every night, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
Staying up late playing Sea of Thieves. It's still fun. Yeah.
Cool.
That's all I got on that. I don't want to waste your waste your valuable time by telling you more tales of the sea. I
watched a couple movies this week. I watched some movies I've been meaning to watch lately.
Did you want to see the Solo movie?
Well, actually, that's what Dana and I are doing tonight. We're going to go see Solo this evening.
That's why we're recording early?
Yes, it is. Because Dana and I have a date. So there. Right. No, I watched the Oscar-winning Shape of Water, and I watched Get Out last night.
Oh yeah,
have you seen either of those films?
I have not seen either one.
Both excellent films.
Okay,
I recommend both of them quite highly. Oh man, I will say that Get Out is tense. It's a tense movie. It's not a
it's a horror.
It's a horror movie,
right?
yeah. But it's it's super tense. You know, it's not like a cheesy horror movie like like your Jason X that you and I love so much. No, this is like an actual tense, uncomfortable, stomach knotting type of movie. It was really quite good.
Okay,
yeah.
Speaking
of Water is very whimsical.
Speaking of horror, I played a little Friday the 13th.
Of course you did.
Yeah, because they put out an update to the game. Yeah. They redid the engine.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
the whole engine, the whole thing. So. It doesn't really look that different, but apparently there are some under the hood fixes that will allow them to do dedicated servers for multiplayer. If
Yeah.
played Friday the 13th before, you unfortunately probably know that when the host leaves, the entire game disconnects.
Ah.
So, usually if the host is a counselor and they get killed by Jason, they just leave and it ruins the game for everybody. So they're fixing that whole thing, and they added some single player challenges, which I did not yet play. But I'm going to do that probably when I get back from Vegas.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is a really good game. It's a really fun video game, and there are a lot of newbies still on there.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and a lot of kids saying a lot of
noobs,
a lot of racist stuff on Xbox Live. I'm always amazed by the amount of just homophobic and racist spew that comes out when you go into like a random
this is match. Why I don't play these games, you know?
Yeah. No, I know.
This is exactly why I don't play these games, because I don't want to hear that crap.
I know.
At all.
I reported a guy today.
Really?
Like, I'm going to go ahead and send a report on this.
Nice.
It was bad.
Snitchy.
Well, I felt
what?
It was
you know
what? It was right.
I hate racists. I hate homophobes. You know what I hate more?
Snitches. That's that's the hill that you're going to die on there.
Yeah. Racists and homophobes tied for second.
Mean, bad, but snitching.
Snitching.
That's way
especially, you know, on your Xbox Live or PSN or whatever. Yeah, those are the real villains.
I'm gonna block a 13-year-old kid from playing Friday the 13th. How dare I? How dare you, sir?
For the record, racists and homophobes are infinitely worse than snitches.
Yeah, you were just kidding.
That was a joke.
That was one of them patented Phil jokes.
That was a yuck. It was having a bit of a yuck. So yeah.
But I'm looking forward to playing a bunch of Switch.
Yeah.
While I'm in Vegas, and spending time with the family. That's also a thing that's going to happen. Did you see the trailer for that Donkey Kong content that's coming to Mario plus Rabbids?
I did not.
It looks pretty cool.
Guess how much I care about Mario and Rabbids?
Not much.
Very, very little.
Got that right.
Very, very little.
Yeah.
Oh well. You know what it's time for?
No.
I think it's time for tweets.
Tweedly diddly dee. A tweedly diddly dee. Tweet. 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 Tweet.
All righty, let's do this one from hacker alias Mathman1024, who says, with hashtag E3 around the corner, how do you manage your expectations, if at all, or do you even get excited?
I get excited, but not for anything in particular. I just excited to see what's new that I don't know about already. That's really it.
Yeah, I can't say I'm excited. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I've just gotten too old and jaded, but I'm just like, we'll see what we see, and hopefully something will be good. But I'm not like, there was a time where certainly I'd be, ooh, what are we going to see? What do they have for us? But
there was a time when I'd get a new issue of a video game magazine, and they would have coverage from ECTS, or like the European Computer Trade Show, where they're showing off pictures of the Connex multi-system, and I would stare at that page at Space Camels and just be like, this is the greatest.
Oh man.
Those days have passed.
I still might take some time off so I can watch I hate not being able to watch the pressers in real time, like, because a lot of them happen during work hours.
Well, Microsoft is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sony is probably late night for you on Monday,
which also sucks.
And then Nintendo's digital event is during the day in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means it'll be right in the middle of my day.
Yeah,
which means that I'll be in a meeting or something. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess the good thing is that it'll probably be shorter than Microsoft's.
Well, what do they have to talk about?
Microsoft has said that their presentation is going to be 2 hours.
No, jeez, isn't that about right? Wasn't it like that last year?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
And they had nothing to show last year, so.
Well, and Sony is doing the deep dive into like 5 games thing.
Oh, right.
Still really interested to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Game Informer has been doing a lot of coverage on Days Gone. And I watched some of it, and I just do not care a lick about Days Gone.
Oh, really?
That game to me is like so forgettable. Just they did a video where it's the first hour of the game, and I'm like, I don't care about what is going on here. Like, they have not built up enough story for me to give one iota of a crap about anything that is happening. So that's probably only me, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to see Crackdown.
Yeah, sure.
I'm excited about that.
So do I.
No, but yeah, I mean, I get excited for E3 in a general sense, and that I'm gonna know about. We're gonna find out release dates of all the games that are coming out, all the big games that are coming out in the fall, so I can kind of plan out what I'm gonna be playing. That is not Sea of Thieves.
I'm surprised you're not more excited about Days Gone, CJ.
Why is that?
Well, it's developed by
don't say it.
By Ben Studio, SIE Ben Studio.
Yeah, who used to be.
And I'm looking through their past work, and they did all the Siphon Filter games, which sure, okay, that's fine. But you know what their first game was back in 1996. It was a little game that I know you're a huge fan of.
Well, because they used to be known as Eidetic.
Ah, yes. Makers of a game that is stunning, original, and climbs back to the top of the yarn ball. Check it out. Bubsy 3D. Got a glowing preview in EGM. So this is like right up your alley, man.
It should be, right?
Yeah.
Days Gone, climbing back to the top of the zombie yarn ball.
Yeah. You know what? Work on that, and we'll talk to him.
Okay.
And we'll see if we can get you a cover quote on this one too.
I'm not interested.
It's a nice way to bookmark your career.
That's right. After that, I can walk off into the sunset.
Bookend your career.
Bookend, yeah. I can walk off into the sunset.
Fix that in editing.
No, I won't do that at all.
Fix that in post.
not happening.
Fix that in post.
No. Hacker alias P.O. Rowe says, have you ever played a game so that you can be included in a discussion like Game of the Year? This year, I want to give Monster Hunter a go so I can understand the discussion around it.
I used to do stuff like that. Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Used to do that, but now we just play the games that we want to play.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's just it. I mean,
we're not a professional outlet. We're not Giant Bomb, where they like take an entire month to go through all of the games and make sure that they play everything. I don't feel the need to do that.
I don't have time to play the games I want to play.
And there's that too.
I mean, so I'm definitely not going to go out of my way to play games.
I'm still playing Lego Dimensions, for God's sake.
Exactly.
Yeah, and none of us are playing Fortnite, which is going to be, of course, the real game of the year, right?
Right.
It didn't come out this year, so it can't be.
It's I got to say, it's weird. I see a lot of YouTubers reviewing the Genesis Classics collection, but clearly they can't have gotten legit copies, because I feel like I would have been right at the top of Sega's list.
Well, I mean, the creator of Generation 6.
Right.
Yeah. It seems like an oversight on their part.
Something wrong with the universe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Although, hey, while we've been recording this episode, I have since gotten an email from Amazon saying that my copy of the Sega Genesis collection has shipped. So
nice.
All right.
That should be here Tuesday. Very
nice. I'm still really torn on whether I want to get that, just because I have all that stuff.
Yeah,
I
but
think on Steam even, but
right.
And the Sega Ages stuff is coming out on Switch, and that'll be
I don't
good.
care.
No?
Oh man.
Wow, shots fired.
There you go.
I'm not buying them separately.
Okay.
Burn.
No, some good. There could be some really good stuff there. I do care about that, but I not what they've announced.
Right.
Okay.
Like I want them to do more interesting things.
To go back to the question though, like I've listened to 8-4 when they're doing their Monster Hunter episodes, and I like listening to listening to people talk about those games, even though I did try Monster Hunter World, and it's fine. It's just not my thing. So yeah, I've listened to God of War discussions, and now since the game makes me vomit, I don't care about getting spoiled. Uh, so yeah, I'm not going to play something just so I can understand the discussion around it.
There you go.
Anyway,
let's
do this one from Hacker Alias Danjuko, who says, I was really excited for Codemaster's new IP Onrush, but it feels a bit hollow, like a knockoff MotorStorm for obvious reasons. Will this title survive?
I am not hearing good things about it.
Uh-oh.
I haven't played it myself, but I don't. Nobody seems to really like what they played.
Oh. Well, what I think I've heard is, yeah, a lot of people expect MotorStorm and racing where you can, come in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. places, and that's not what Onrush is. It's team-based, sort of objective driving, not racing. So I'm still excited about it because I played the beta and enjoyed it quite a bit. But yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah. I mean, it's going to live or die on its online community. So we'll see how well they keep that around. All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Miri, who says, do you think the Fortnite and or PUBG even cares about a new Battle Royale experience that costs $60 in COD?
Wait, what?
Do you think the people who play Fortnite and or PUBG even care about a new Battle Royale experience that costs $60? Like Call of Duty. New Call of Duty.
Probably not.
I feel like Call of Duty fans are going to be Call of Duty fans whether it has Battle Royale or not.
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
And it's sort of an established franchise, and it's at this point, some of these franchise shooters are a lot like sports games, right? I mean, people are going to buy it every year, almost no matter what.
Yeah.
Until you get into a situation where they have a really bad year, or if they really have a bad year, then the following year might be hurt by that. But yeah, I think shooters are much more like sports games now. I don't think Battle Royale. I mean, Battle Royale is just a mode. While Fortnite and PUBG have kind of created an entire game around it. Call of Duty, I think, is still offering more than just that. So, yeah. He says, I feel like the success from Battle Royale games come from the low entry price and not the mode itself. Certainly that Fortnite and PUBG are going to be cheaper than Call of Duty might impact it a little bit, but I don't think Activision's goal with Call of Duty is to draw people away from Fortnite or PUBG.
No,
it's probably
it's to cash in on what's hot right now, obviously.
Or it's more to keep Call of Duty players in Call of Duty and not going
to keep Call of Duty relevant.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Hacker alias JRT1138 says, what developer haven't you heard from in a while that you're hoping to reappear at E3 this year? My vote is Rocksteady.
I'd like to see Grand Theft Auto 6 announced.
Yeah, but Rockstar doesn't do E3, right? They're too
Yes.
big for E3.
I suppose.
And if they're going to do it, do you? Well, here's another question, not related to the question that JRT asked. Do you think when the next Grand Theft Auto is announced, will they focus it around the single player story
I don't know.
type gameplay, or will it be, GTA 5 Online? How that has kind of become its own
I don't know. I mean, could it be
popular
both?
thing. I mean, it could be both, but which one do you think they'll lean on more? Or would they do something like, okay, this releases only GTA 6 online? No
They
story.
absolutely could do that. I don't know. I'd just like to know what it is in general, what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Just because I really enjoy GTA 5. I don't play the
Sure.
online bit, but the single player, the story mode, I loved. It was excellent.
Yeah. I want to see more of Ghosts of Tsushima, which apparently we will be seeing more at Sony's thing. But they had that cinematic that they showed off at PlayStation Experience, and that looked cool. Or actually, it wasn't PlayStation Experience; it was last year's E3, wasn't it? New Sucker Punch game.
I was just going to say, what about Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that game, I want to see more of it in action. I don't want to see cinematics from it. I want to see gameplay.
Right.
So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Phil, you got any devs you haven't heard from in a while?
Sucker Punch is probably the main one. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this one from hacker alias Gunstar Gamer, who says, "What are you most looking forward to at E3?"
I don't know. That's what makes it so exciting. And I'm being totally
You just
honest.
want to be shown something new that
I
you
just
can
want
get excited about.
Yes, exactly. I don't follow the industry closely enough anymore to be all up on what we're going to see next month, but I'm just excited to see what's happening.
Yeah.
What's my, especially on the console side, what's my console gaming landscape look like for the next?
You want to see which battle royale games you're going to play.
Which battle royale game is works for me and my life,
man.
Some kind of destruction derby 100 car kind of thing.
God damn right.
They did make a mode like that in H1Z1, by the way. There's a battle royale.
Don't even know what that is.
Cars. Yeah. Mode. It just it's a free to play battle royale game on I think it just came out on PS4. Actually.
Probably not try it, but thank you for that.
Okay. I'm just mentioning it. Just mentioning it for you.
Just mentioning you. How about that?
Okay. Fine then. All right, let's close this out with hacker alias Mr. Nelson, who says, "What are your favorite medical themed games?" Whimsical Phil's collab would make a great first person shooter.
Here comes the commercial.
What are you talking about? The Amateur Surgeon series?
There it is.
Adult Swim Games. Download Amateur Surgeon 4 now for your iOS or Android device. It's free.
There it is.
Yeah. But what else? Like Trauma Center, they haven't done anything with that in a while.
I really liked Trauma Center when it came out. I liked it
Trauma
on the
Center was cute.
Yeah, I liked it on the DS more than the Wii, but
yeah.
But I don't know. That's probably it.
There was a Rex Ronan, experimental surgeon, for the SNES. I remember that.
Freddy Farkas, Frontier Pharmacist.
No, that's a different game. There was a Bronchi, the Brachiosaurus, was the bronchitis themed SNES game.
Really?
Yeah. There was another one, another SNES game called Packy and Marlin, which I believe was diabetes themed. I think it was like you played
we've
video
had
game
discussion.
Yeah. You played it was like a side-scrolling platformer, and I don't know if you had to avoid sweets or something, but like at the end of the level, you had to administer like an insulin shot to your little elephant buddy or something.
Okay.
There was one I remember from way back in the day. There was an Intellivision game called like Neurosurgeon or something like that. Do you remember that game?
No.
Where the screen was just it was almost like a cross section of a human body. Like, like if you took a person and kind of sliced them in half, and you could see like blood vessels and muscles and
this is for
organs.
the Intellivision?
It was for the Intellivision.
Those graphics are so realistic.
Yeah, and Microsurgeon. There you go. Are you looking at screens of it?
No, but that is one hell of a cover.
like Slim Goodbody on the cover there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but check out
Slim Good.
check out the screenshots of that game. It was like, you're looking, there's like a big close up of the dude's face, and you can see just a big eyeball, and the teeth and everything is really
wow.
Kind of a creepy looking game.
That thing it had like a number. It had the control pad overlay.
Right.
Yeah.
And you had to like maneuver through the body, and
wow, those are good graphics for
right.
Come out.
Yeah. I don't know.
1982.
82.
Wow.
There you go.
My favorite medical scene is in Dead Space 2, where you had to do that thing with your eye.
Oof.
Oh, I remember that. That was so unnerving.
So unnerving.
Oh God,
that really made me wince.
Yeah.
My favorite medical scene was in Snatcher when you found all the bodies of the recently snatched.
Oh, right.
and then your little robot Metal Gear did a medical analyses on all of them.
Yeah.
To tell you how old the maggots were and how old that made the body, and it was great.
There you go.
Going back to JRT's question, and not developer, but game series I would want to see back is Dead Space.
Yeah, but not. I would want it
not in the way of Dead Space 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Make more like Dead Space 2.
Yeah,
agreed.
I'd be happy. But that'd be great.
Agreed. Yeah.
That show. That's it.
Is that it?
We could call that. We could call that a show.
Yeah, I mean, Phil's got to get to his movie.
I do.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website, player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD, stuff that Greg Stewart wrote in the past, only in the past. There's nothing coming in the future.
I didn't say that.
He's behind it. He's onward and upward with the Generation 16 episodes, which you'll also find there. You're working on a new one of those.
Working on the new one's taking a long time, but it's coming together.
Okay, that's good. That's what the people want to hear. You'll also find the show notes and links, the things that we talked about and all that. I don't know, since I'm going to be traveling while editing this podcast, I probably won't do a very good job on this particular episode. So maybe skip around, like go back to previous episodes, and you'll find more extensive notes on those. Not this particular episode, but anything we talked about, just Google it, just Dorito it, and you'll be fine.
What?
Ethylene 4 thing, Dorito.
I don't know. I don't understand you.
It's like saying baldness on this show. Anyway, you get it, right?
I don't.
Okay. Hey, we got one of them message boards on our website as well. And a Discord channel, which is linked off of our Twitter account. You can join our Discord and talk about all kinds of video games, including racing video games. And you got your PUBGs, you got your Splatoons, you got your Sea of Thieves. You can talk to me about all that stuff, and just regular games and episodes and stuff with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to Apple's podcast app. You can also swing over to the App Store and drop $1.99
cheap
to pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. Gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters, what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available to your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
You can find that on Stitcher. You can find that's at the Amazon Android Marketplace or on Stitcher Radio. You can like us on Facebook. You can check us out, archives of our shows, and watch us live most weeks on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast. You can just follow our Twitter account and we'll tell you when our next live show is going to be. And if you'd like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast, where you'll find the Patreon link to help support our show, and it'll help send me to the movies.
That's right.
Really?
Gets me some popcorn at the movies.
Not even like a small popcorn.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we don't make that much money from Patreon. And if you are a Patreon patron of the $5 or higher tier, you get a weekly after show where CJ pits Greg and I in fierce competition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
and friendships are made and broken.
that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tonight's is gonna be another good one.
Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Set those time machines back to February 1992.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh baby.
If you have a couple bucks left over, head over to generation-16.com, where you'll find the Patreon link to help support Greg Stewart's outstanding web series about North America's favorite Sega banana, Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
Hey, and if you love Player One Podcast, if you would love to be in the audience for a live showing, a live record session of Player One Podcast, you can do so at Scoop Fest 2018. The good folks at Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social, a hilarious comedy podcast, are hosting their annual Scoop Fest in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Again this year. Takes place October 12th through the 14th. There is also a special what do they call them? The
VIP
before?
night.
Yeah, the VIP night is October 11th. And we're going to the Tournament of Kings at Excalibur.
Yeah.
And it's going to be live comedy, live podcast recordings, improv, magic, all sorts of crazy fun crap. Awesome people hanging out, having a good time. Head over to heyscoops.com/ScoopFestVegas. You'll find more information about this awesome get together. You'll be able to purchase early bird tickets, and you can get a discounted rate on your hotel at the Orleans Hotel and Casino by inputting the following coupon code. AICC10. There you go. So we hope to see everybody at Scoop Fest. It's going to be a hoot and a holler.
It really will be.
It really will be. Last year was so friggin' much fun.
Indeed.
CJ.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil, for recording early.
No, thank you for accommodating my my date night.
No problem.
So there you go. Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
Yes. And thank you to all of our lovely listeners. And we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Doodles.